Hey guys, Michael back here. You see by the title of this video, I did have a bit of an experience with the COVID virus. And I'm going to talk about that here in just a minute. But first, let's walk out here and check on things in the garden. So in some of my previous videos, I talked about it snowing and showed the snow and it was melted off. And I'd covered my Brussels sprouts, and then we had some really strong wind come through here. It was after the snow, and it blew my frost cover off my Brussels sprouts, but that's okay. I think everything's looking fine. My Brussels sprouts didn't get real tall. They look sort of squatty. I'm not really sure if that's a fertilizer deal. But if you have any good experience with Brussels sprouts, leave me a comment below on what's going on. I'm walking down through my onions here. They're looking pretty good, a little bit grown up, but they're fine. My broccoli, it's about gone. They're pretty frostbit, and the heads are look like the snow and frost and everything else got them. I planted those red onions, and I just did not take good care of them, and they're looking pretty rough and haven't done much. But I'm gonna leave them in the ground just to see what comes up there. But my there's my Texas Legend onions. Let me see, right there, and they're looking good. My Brussels sprouts under the hoops, like I said, the cover come off of them. And then this over here, this area of the garden, this is where I had my sweet potatoes here, and then I had okra and some pole beans over here. And you see my cover crop there. The deer have been getting in. My fence has not been on. It's all tore up, and I've got to fix that here pretty soon, probably next weekend. But I've been dumping pine straw on this, and this is going to become some of my tomato rows. And I'm dumping the pine straw in here, and my plan is to rake out, to layer down the pine straw, let it sort of smother out this cover crop, and then I'm going to burn the pine straw to hopefully add a little bit of potash, or maybe help with the pH of the garden. Then I'll till that in when I plant my tomatoes. So that's the plan right now. We'll see what happens here in the future, but that's what I'm looking forward to. I can't wait for spring. My cover crop down here, it's about gone. Deer, like I said, deer's been in here. That's fine. I really like a real thick, heavy cover crop, but it's just the deer have hammered me this year. Like I said, my fence is busted down in several places, and they're getting in right now, so I hadn't even had it on right now because of all the lines that are down. But I will get that fence repaired. I'm going to do a whole all new lines all the way around. I'm going to straighten out this side over here. It's a little bit crooked. When I was putting it up the first time, I really didn't put a straight edge on it, so I'm going to run a line down it to sort of straighten it out, and then fix this fence and see if some of these Austrian winter peas and stuff might come back. But the deer have really been in here pretty tough, so we'll see what happens. I try to take care of my garden, but there's also things in life that we can't control, and one of those is the COVID virus. So I think tomorrow will be 10 days. That's Sunday. So it started out last week. It was on Wednesday night. Just had some sinus drainage. I have sinus drainage. It's not anything unusual. And then the next morning I got up, got ready for work, and I didn't have fever, but I just felt chilled. Just did not feel good. And was very chilled, some body aches, that kind of stuff. And so I was like, I'm just gonna stay home and see what's going on. Well, then I had a little bit of fever. It all stayed real low. Fever, even at its highest, was like 100.1 or something. It wasn't much. So Thursday, I went and got tested for COVID. And my doctor did go ahead and prescribe a Z-Pack, a steroid pack, and a baby aspirin. told me to just go ahead and start taking that, and they'll get me my results as soon as possible. So that was Thursday. It was late Friday evening, about 7 o'clock that night. I got the call that I was positive. Oops, about slipped and fell down. So, you know, I tried my best. We isolated from the family and everything best I could, and just sort of wrote it out. And really, the worst of it was in the first 24 hours for me. I just was very congested and chills, some body aches. Like I said, that first 24 hours, I had a little bit of nausea on Friday morning early, and I didn't get sick, but just was really nauseated and weak, and laid back down. And about 8:30 Friday morning, I got up and was like, oh, I feel fine now. And I got to going, you know, not going, but moving around a little bit, and I just stayed as active as I could. I couldn't get out. You saw how cold the weather was, and if I did come out, I didn't come out for very long. Actually, those videos of the snow, two previous snow videos, I was sick with COVID, and that's why I kept talking about how cold it was. I need to get back in the house. I didn't mention it in that video, but I was sick, and so I didn't stay out long. And I just stayed in, but I stayed moving around the house. I didn't really have any kind of respiratory issues. I did. One of the weird symptoms that I had was, it wasn't body aches, but my torso just hurt. It was sore to the touch. I mean, it's like I worked out all day or something. I mean, it just really hurt. And I had that for about a day. I think that was on Saturday or Sunday. Saturday, I believe. And I just hurt. And I was like, man, if this is going to be this virus, I mean, this hurts, you know. But it was just one day of that. And then woke up the next morning, that was gone. And it seemed like with COVID, every day was a little bit different, you know. Different symptoms and things were coming and going. But like I said, the hurting, I've been congested this whole time. Still a little bit congested today. Not near as bad as I have been. But that's what I've had to deal with. The no taste and smell. That went away middle of the week of this past week. This is Saturday, and I still cannot taste or smell. And I'm going to tell you, that is the worst part for me. I like to eat. I like food. And not being able to taste food is just absolutely miserable for me. I still have no sense of smell, no sense of taste. And like I said, this is Saturday. It was probably Tuesday or Wednesday that I lost that. I started noticing it was going. My taste just got really weak. And at first, like, that's just sort of bland food that I'm eating, or is it my taste going away? And eventually it just went completely away. When I say no taste, I can't explain it other than everything tastes like a bowl of water. I mean, I can sense spice, something that's really sort of bitter. I can sense that, but really no taste at all. Yesterday at lunch, I ate. I thought I could taste a little bit of what I was eating, and then I ate some chocolate-covered almonds, and just a little pouch of those. I just had some more, and I couldn't taste them, but I could barely taste that. I thought I had a package in my pocket somewhere, but anyway, I could sort of taste that. I said, maybe my taste is coming back. That come and go. I mean, it was gone again, and so here I am still. Last night, I had a spicy burger from, I think, Dairy Queen, and I could sense the spice, the heat, but I could not taste that burger at all. So that's my experience with COVID. I know for some of you out there, and y'all have family and friends, and that it's been really bad for. Thankfully, I had a very mild case, and thankfully my family's well, and not caught it yet. Like I said, we're 10 days in, and they've not caught it, so I'm very thankful for that. But we did try to stay away from each other best we could and isolating. So that's my experience with the COVID virus. Those of you that it's been tougher on, I'm praying for you. And those of you that's lost friends and loved ones more, that hurts. And I'm so sorry for those that have lost. I mean, we've lost a lot of good people that we know, or not a lot, but there's been quite a few that I've known that have gone on from this virus and other things too that's going on here in life. So that's just what we're dealing with right now. But I did want to hop on here and just sort of tell my story of my experience with it. If you get COVID, don't immediately start dreading it. Okay, you got to deal with it. You got to stay healthy, and it may or may not be bad. So just because they say you have COVID doesn't mean it's the worst case just yet. So stay positive, keep your head up. And I don't know if me getting up and being, moving around as much as I could, if that helped any, but it sure helped me feel better. I would get up, I would take a shower, I would get dressed, just like I was going to work. And I actually worked here from home quite a bit this past week, and it just kept me busy and kept me a bit active to where I wasn't just sitting around watching TV or sitting on the couch and feeling miserable. So maybe that'll help you, maybe it won't. But anyway, those of you that are dealing with this, I'm praying for you. Everyone stay well out there, and I will catch y'all in the next video. Goodbye.